Hi guys, Neff here, and today we're going to take a look at the first challenge lock I've ever received and talk a little bit about the American 1100 lock. So this is an American 1100. This one's actually a challenge lock I received from username Boobert369. Really nice guy that I met through the Lockpickers United Discord. This is the first challenge lock he's ever made, and he did a great job. I did these maker's marks for him. This laser work. Get a good look there. We got some hang loose action and ride the wave. I lasered that in here earlier today, and I've actually got the core in a vise, and we'll see if I can pick it here shortly. But before that, let's talk about the American 1100. I love the fact that it comes in multiple colors. To be honest, blue is my jam. The American 1100 is a staple in the lock sport community. It is the first lock you should be getting if you're going to learn a little bit about security pins, if you're moving up a little bit further with your skill level. Definitely everybody should have one in their collection somewhere. Those are the good things about it. You learn a little bit about security pins, such as serrated pins and spools, how their feedback feels, and what you should be doing when you feel those in a lock, and it gives you the opportunity to work on that. I recommend getting more than one. Even between these two that I've received, they pick very differently. This one, I believe, has extra spools. This one has more serrated. They're a lot of fun. As far as the things I don't like about them, I would say the biggest one is the core is held in by this piece here, which goes into a little tab and is pulled down, and then you have this post that just slides in, and it has notches on the side that hold it in a certain orientation, and that's what keeps the Bible of the core kind of pulled like in this direction, just like that. However, the core, while it's held to the side there, can still move around in there quite a bit. If you can see that there. So that's a lot of motion. I would say that makes the 1100 for me feel, I guess the word would be gummy. It affects the feedback I feel. I'm not a fan of that. I've of course picked them, and I do enjoy picking them, but that is something to keep in mind when you get it. Definitely affects the feedback you're feeling. Besides that core issue, though, they're a great lock. I love them. Definitely worth having, and I really hope to. Something I've been kicking around is trying to find these in bulk. If anybody sees this video and wants to talk to me about it, trying to find these at a discounted rate in bulk that I can use to foster a little bit of goodwill in the community, as well as maybe bring some new pickers in. So let's start by picking one of these, and then I'm going to throw this challenge lock up here and go ahead and see if I can get that picked. So with the 1100, serrated pins will give you that like extra clicks when they go up, and spools make the core rotate back, and once they're set, it'll shoot forward again. So I'm going to try and lift my arms and do it. I'm in a semi-weird position. So 5 and 4, I know just from, because I've had this lock for a while, but 5 and 4 on this are really low set. I sometimes don't even have to touch them at all. So, but they always need checked. Sometimes they don't kick out of the Bible. Alright, so 5 and 4 feel set. So I'm going to see if you can see this. I'm on 3. I'm going to try and do this while showing it to you. So I'm getting counter rotation on 3. You'll see. Okay, I got a click. Hope I didn't overset it trying to show this. I'm going to try and turn a little bit. There you go, get my lighting on it. Now 2's going to do it again. Now my thumb is pulling back. Oh, there. Now see, that just went way forward after that spool was set. It's because it was sitting on the thin part of that spool, and then when it's set, it went further up. So now we're going to see if 1 can do anything here. So we know 5 and 4 was set. reset 3, reset 2. 1's our last one. And got some counter rotation on 1. Now it went, but I don't think she's picked yet, so we're gonna see if I didn't push one of the spools enough or if I overset something. Okay, so that click right there was 1 finishing setting actually. Sometimes, especially if you have multiple spools, setting 1 will let another one fall. It looks like 3 might have fallen. I think I'm feeling some counter rotation on it. I'm in kind of an awkward position. Let me count my pins. 1, 2. Let's check 2. 2 is fine. 3, getting counter rotation. So that dropped when we did 1. And that finished it off. I don't know if you saw the counter rotation in the pole there, but there we go. And that bad boy is picked. So that's kind of how 1100s work. Now with challenge locks, it's interesting. Challenge locks is where people are making more modifications to the pins beyond the spool, the serration. They may be adding serrations. I have no idea what's in this. I was able to open it one time in the lock, and because of what I showed you about how the whole cylinder moves around in the lock, I've actually had a lot more luck having it not in there. I don't know if that kills the spirit of the whole challenge lock thing, but I wanted to hopefully get an open on camera here so I could show you guys, and I feel comfortable doing that because I was able to get that open in the lock once. So let's see. So he has modified the pins in this. That one, I believe, was 5. That one was 4. I'm getting kind of slight counter rotation on 5, maybe a little bit on 4. I don't know if they're deep serrations or spools. On 3 right now, which I'm not feeling anything. So I'm going to leave it alone. Now we're on 2. So that was 2, and I think I overset 2. I'm going to go ahead and keep going for a minute just to see here. Yeah, I did. So, and on this one, if I let off, it still stays in that false set. So this is not one where you can like pulse tension to drop a pin back down. If you mess up, you are starting fresh on this bad boy. So let's try this again, because I'd love to do a gut on camera. I haven't seen what's in this, and I would love to, for all of us to see this together for the first time. So that was 5, got 2 clicks. 4 gave me a click and some counter rotation. 3 I got a click on just now. Let's try and get that 2 without oversetting it. Did it again. Maybe 2 doesn't need to be touched. Reset and back to 5. Core rotation. 4 gave me that click. That was actually a click on 3. I'm going to skip 2, and I'm going to move to 1. Okay. Alright, so I just got even more core rotation. This might be the point where we touch 2. That was pin 6 actually, just that I got that core rotation on. Okay, I just bumped 2, I believe. So that means something still needs set. It's 1. Alright, 1 dropped. Getting counter rotation on it. I'm so close, I just don't want to mess this up. I think I just got it. Yep. So let's see what missed. Oh, I think that was it. I tapped 3. It's like way deep, so I either missed something or it's actually good to go and I just don't know. See, that is a deep false set. To be honest, it may be picked. I'm going to play with the core in a second here, but let's check something. Yeah, that's picked. It just didn't sound like it. Or I mean, it got hemmed up, so as you can see, we're picked. Now let's go ahead and gut this bad boy. Thanks a lot, Bubert369 for sending me this. I'm greatly appreciative. I'm glad we could work together to get those maker marks. Oop, there's the lock. To get those maker's marks on your American 1100. I've been very excited to do some work for people, some laser work for people in the lock sport community. That is what I do for a living, so it's exciting to be able to include that in my hobbies as well. Alrighty guys, that was one heck of a gut process, but I made it through it. I even double checked all the positions of everything because I had such an issue with that follower. So as we can see, we've got some different springs going on here, some with coils cut off, some that are a little wonky. That gives you that different feedback. I trashed that spring in 2, but that actually looked like a normal spring. So the driver in chamber 1 was looks like a serrated spool. And a very nicely done one at that. Sorry, I just bumped the camera. Okay, and then the key pin in 1 is just a serrated key pin. Might even be a good factory one. Can't tell if he did this or not. You can see some really good pick gouges in that. And in slot 2, we've got a T-pin. He did a great job on this one too. Is that really good job there? Let's look at the key pin, which I have upside down. Sorry about the focus. Nice serration job there. That might also be a factory one. Looks like we have, I guess, what I would call, I don't know all the terminology, but maybe a double spool with tapered ends, or a tapered end on the bottom. It's upside down, so that's the bottom. That would go towards the key pin, I believe. Great job, Hubert. Great job on this. Another, what looks to be a serrated spool. Looks like it's got real flat ends too. That would make feedback pretty tough. Maybe even lock you up. Like I said, in the lock body itself, I had some trouble. I only got like one good open on that. This is a spool. Oops. This one is definitely made on his own. Great job, man. It almost looks like there's kind of a serration on this bottom end here. Not a serration, but more of an edge, which would affect the feedback quite a bit. This driver pin in number 6 is serrated. I don't know how much that's going to affect it, because this is one of those where you just hit it with the top of the key, and the top of the key just barely touches that in. So, no wait, yeah, it would, because the driver comes all the way through. What am I thinking? So yeah, you get double serrations on there if it gets pushed all the way out. That one would be a good one, future reference, to throw a longer, harsher spring on, to really push that down through there to get those serrations to activate. I apologize, I didn't do this quite in order. I didn't show all the key pins. This one's kind of upside down, but just another serrated key pin. 4, 4. 5 is also a serrated. Hi there, guys. Sorry for breaking back into this video, but before it ends, I want you guys to see one more thing that I didn't even notice. Let's try and get it. He also threaded the entire core. Oops, sorry about the camera there. And Bible. There we go. Look at that. You deserve recognition for that, man. So, on top of making all of these beautiful pins, he threaded the whole thing to make the feedback even more difficult. I did spend quite a bit of time on this, and we'll go ahead and zoom right back into the rest of the video. Thanks, guys. Keeping. Great job, Hubert369. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to put this laser work on your lock. I really had a fun time with it, and I think you had a great idea there. Thanks for watching, guys. If there's anything you'd like to see, anything I could have done differently or better, I'm happy to hear it. You all have a great night.